Hi, welcome to Part of My Frenchie. This is me, 143. If you don't have a friend, you have a friend now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is cold outside, but it is warm in here. Um, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am glad if you are joining us tonight. My girls are ripping apart the studio in the background for some reason. Sorry about that. As you see, this is my Frenchie find of the week at Hobby Lobby. Was It's actually one of their Valentine's Day things, so I thought it was super cute, super super cute. Welcome my moderator. She has joined us again tonight. The girls are running around here like crazy, so they Rosie should be on the couch, or she just found uh, some sort of treat dog thing running around here. Hello to the moderator. Like I said, it is freezing here. Wherever you are at, I throw in whatever weather you are having. It is going to be a lighthearted show tonight. We are under an emergency level weather report that's hitting us here tomorrow, or actually starting tonight sometime, I believe, around 9 o'clock. They keep pushing it back. It was supposed to start at 7, and now going into, I guess, 9 o'clock, it's going to start snowing and snowing and snowing. And Lord knows when it's going to stop tomorrow. So yeah, 13 degrees right now. Woohoo! Yay! Yes. What? Hi, Patty. Patty's in the Chicagoland area, and it is very, very cold there too. I'm in the aviation business, so we monitor aviation quite closely. I know the Chicago area is bad. I know New York area is very bad. All up north is very bad. It just is hitting very, very, very hard. It's going to be very challenging for me at work tomorrow. I do not fly planes, if you want to know that. I do not fly planes, thank God. But yeah, so yeah, over 9,000 flights were canceled today. Yes, that is true. And that is not a good thing. But the good thing, you know what? But good thing is about that. Uh, Dave is on too. Yay. Yay, yay. Hello, Dave. Um, and Violet is on too. Yay. Violet, you guys always tune in, and that is fabulous. Um, but yeah, you know what? The good thing about the 9,000 flights being canceled is that they knew about this well ahead of time. So I think they were starting to, I mean, people knew this weather was coming on Sunday well ahead of time. If you heard that crash, that was Rosie biting on the Christmas tree again, and then she knocked something over. So, see, you got in trouble. Now she's going to come up here because she got in trouble. Yeah. What did we do? We're going to learn from that lesson. Anyways, so yeah, that was Rosie getting in trouble. What did we learn? We learned not to bite on the Christmas tree. Anyways, so it's funny how, the good thing is they knew well in advance, and so they more than likely people were very well prepared. I find that interesting. I was thinking about that today, how different it is from when I grew up. It seemed that, especially work wise, um, uh, when I grew up, I when I was in my younger 20, my earlier 20s, I worked in a bigger city, and I was a paralegal. So I had to take the train into the city, and when you had weather, you just planned for it. You left early, you made it into work. Where now they tell you, there's going to be weather, stay home. If it's unsafe, you stay home. I don't recall it being like that. It was just you left early and you got to work. Unless I, was super crazy. But I mean, even where we lived, you always knew that you got weather. You were always going to have snow. Even schools, my son's school is basically calling off. They told them Friday that they're probably not going to school. They definitely called off basically through Monday. Now, maybe possibly even Tuesday. So But growing up, they would have never done that. And even like I said, even at my work, we told people on Friday, you're not coming into the office today. You're working from home. You're working from home Sunday, and you're working from home Monday. You would have never done that. It's different how like the cultures have shifted. Now, granted, we didn't have work from home. That's probably the difference there. And I mean, granted, there's certain people, of course, like doctors, nurses, different things that people have to go into work, of course. But regular jobs, it was left early. You left early and you went to work. Although, again, as a paralegal, courts were closed. I didn't have to go into work, so there was that safety feature there. Also, I kind of found it interesting too that we have it. I was thinking about this too, and there's so many other differences in work as well, because when things change, back again, I've been in corporate America forever, since, for 20 something years. And when you have changes, things change. When, again, when I was a paralegal, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I worked for a very, very stern attorney who yelled constantly, scared the shit out of me constantly. And I learned a lot from him. And I hated him basically on a daily basis, but I learned a lot from him. And I didn't have an HR department to run to. I couldn't say he was treating me unfairly, and all that stuff, where you could not. Oh yeah, that is, yeah. Oh yeah, that is. It is a new cup. This has one of my new logos on it. So, and it does have my tea in it because it's very, very cold today. But so that shows you the differences now, because at my job, I'm a supervisor. And now, granted, I will tell you that is one thing that I learned from growing up, is that, yeah, I was, some of my jobs, I was treated very badly by upper management and so forth. And granted, like I said, I learned a lot. I was very lucky to have grown up with very, very good work ethic. My parents taught me very well to have very, very good work ethic. I was very, very blessed with that. I don't think a lot of younger people have that today. So I had that, and so that was a blessing. But I it taught me, those hard times taught me now as a supervisor, not to treat people like that. I would never, even if we didn't have HR and like the stricter rules now, I would never treat people like that. I would never treat people like I was treated. I care dearly about the team that I work with, and I, as a leader, it's, you're a leader and you're put in positions to help grow people in their careers. And I probably care too much about those people, actually, more than I should. But but I care deeply about them, and I just want their careers to grow, and so forth. So, but it's such a great, a big difference. And I often think too that, some of the people there, that some of the people there, if they were put in some of the settings that I was when I was their age, I don't think they would have made it. Because again, there was a lot of days I came home in tears and didn't think that I could go back, but you have to, right? You have to. Yeah, a great leader who is also a mom. And I feel like sometimes that I am a mom to some of the people on my team. And so And I don't mind that. That's a good thing. So, anyways, but so how's everybody dealing with the weather where you're at today? Staying warm, getting ready for the great white death out there. I was hitting all the grocery stores 2 days ago. I went to Costco, and people are actually. It wasn't horrible. I hit Costco like an hour before they closed, so it wasn't that bad, which is nice. There, people weren't rude. It wasn't wall to wall people. And then the bad thing about Costco is they have a lot of great stuff, but they don't have like the little things, your spices and things that you need for, I made Italian beef sandwiches. And so I made a big crock pot of like Italian beef sandwiches, and they don't have like the spices and stuff that you need to put in the crock pot. So of course you have to stop at the grocery store and still get the little stuff that you put in there. And then same thing with chili, and you could get the meat and certain things, but you still have to get the spices and stuff to put in the chili. And so you still have to kind of make two trips, but you can still get your toilet paper and your other stuff. And I always get made fun of with regards to getting bulk items of toilet paper, because after COVID, I will never, ever, ever go without toilet paper again. That is a taboo of mine. After COVID, I will never be without toilet paper or paper towels again. And that was the stupidest thing, right? COVID had nothing to do with toilet paper, right? It wasn't even it had nothing to do with toilet paper, and yet everybody was out of it. So I don't maybe yeah, but they do have a spice section at Sam's Club. You're right. However, I don't want to buy like $30 worth of cinnamon. I just want like the little packets of spice. Yeah, like the Texas chili. Yeah, right. Like I'm looking for the little packages of spice stuff that you can just rip it open and put it in. I mean, yeah, you're right. They do, right. They have, but that's the thing. I'm not a restaurant. I just want to rip it open and throw it in the crock pot. Hi, Lola. Lola's over here too. But that's the thing. It's like, so yeah, you're right. They do have a spice section, but I don't need spices to last me the next 25 years of my life. So I just want the little rip opens. And yeah, exactly. I think you're right. I think the moderator is the house of hoarders. But I guess if we ever need spices in an apocalypse, we know where to go, right? Hmm. I think you're right on that. So I did find one thing interesting. I did find that there was I was on Facebook today, and they were talking about the cold weather, and they had all these different people. It must be a new thing out there, right? That all these people are posting, they're getting together with rescues. And I've never seen this. This is the first time. And I guess it's because of like all the frigid weather out there, that they are posting phone numbers, and they're saying, if you see anybody with dogs or cats, especially I guess in these with the emergencies going on, anytime that the weather is falling like below, I guess, 15 degrees, they're posting phone numbers, and they're saying, if you see a dog or a cat or whatever outside, call these numbers. These people will go and pick up these animals, and they will shelter them overnight. There's actual uh, rescues that will take them in overnight. There's like the humane societies will come and pick them up overnight. Now, the one thing that I question about this, which I think is wonderful, trust me, because you've seen so many horror stories about animals that are like frozen to death, which I literally have no words for people that leave their freaking animals outside. I don't understand how how ethically they think that. I don't understand what goes through a person's mind to think that's. I don't know. People are freaking stupid. But my thought is, I don't know how they can do it and get away with it not being stealing, like stealing somebody's animal. So unless because of it being an emergency situation, so I'm not. I guess I have to do a little bit more research on it. But yeah, they just say you call these numbers if you see somebody's animals outside and it's under a certain temperature, like tonight's going to fall that way. But all these people listed these numbers are like, call us, let us know, and they will come in and pick up these animals. Now, I did see there was one dog listed, and I don't know. I was tempted to call, but it did seem to have. I'll put the picture up here, and I was going to call, but then I looked and it did have a sweater on, and I was going to go pick it up, but then they put a sweater on, and it seemed to be nice and warm. So if anybody knows this dog with a sweater on it, does anybody recognize this dog? No, this is probably one of the most spoiled dogs in the whole wide world. So this is actually Dave and Patty's dog. This is Violet. Dave and Patty on here. This is Violet, and Violet is very, very extremely spoiled. This is one of her sweaters, and I pulled that up online today. Here's another one of Violet, another close-up look. Look how pretty she is. Her little sweater. And she's another one that she has to always have a sweater on. And I believe, does she like the snow or does she not like the snow? I can't remember. If you said she likes the snow or does not like the snow. And I think she's also one that you have to, I think she's also one that you have to shovel a path for. Yeah, Noir loves the snow. And actually, it makes the moderator extremely upset because the moderator lives in a apartment complex. So she actually has to take her outside to use the bathroom and so forth. So Noir likes to spend some time out there when she goes, and she likes to play in the snow, which then freezes the moderator out. So the moderator is not very, very happy when that happens. So, and I will share this also. Right after we got Rosie, we had a real big snow, and I thought it would be very cute if we got her a snowsuit. So here is Rosie's snowsuit. This is Rosie's snowsuit. Immediately, once I put Rosie in this, here, I'll show another picture of it. Immediately, once I put her in this, there's another one too. Once I put her in this, she stood there and would not move, which means two things. She hated it. She refused to move. She literally stood there and would not move. And so my son had to pick her up. She would not move in that damn thing. And so even like there's certain pajamas and so forth that when we put her in pajamas, if we put her in something and she does not like it, she will not move. So that's how I know that she does not like it. So then I had to get her a different snow coat, and she did like this one. And so this is her little snow coat, and she does like this one. So no, she likes being on our lap and under a blanket. Yes. Well, okay. I would like that too if I was a dog. I like being warm as well. So yeah, it is It is a I I'm not I like being warm too. I do not like being cold at all. Not anymore, anyways. But yeah, I again like I thought it was really cool that these people are doing this, where they're just going and picking up animals. People are like done. They're done with sitting around waiting and then seeing all these cases of the next day dead animals. And you know what? They should. I'm sorry, people are done. Why should all these animals suffer because people are ignorant out there? I mean, why? It's not the animal's fault. And I honestly do not understand why people would own an animal and then keep it outside 24 hours a day. What is the purpose of that? If you don't want it, then get rid of it. Get rid of it. There's no purpose of having an animal if you're just going to leave it outside. That's just dumb. Yeah, Jackie loved the snow. Oh, you know, uh, that's how our Cookie was. Cookie was the same way. She loved the snow. Her and her little lowrider legs. Where's she at? Here. I always get this messed up on my thing. Yeah, they're not me. Yeah, Cookie right here. Cookie, our little dachshund, she loved the snow. She would go out there and like get lost in it. And she would just go out and jump and get, just fall into it. She loved the snow. Yeah. Oh, were they doing doggy sleepovers for the weekend? Yeah, you know what? Exactly. They they actually do the I like too the humane societies do the the different sleepovers for um what is it? They do the sleepovers for Thanksgiving, and they do it for Christmas as well, where people will come and they will pick up, like, people in the communities will come and pick up dogs for the holidays, and they'll take them home, and they get them acclimated to families, and they'll they'll just see, they'll just have them home for the family so that they can live and uh, just get a feeling of being home. And then it's nice because when they go back to the shelter, they write all these beautiful reports about how the dog did with families. And then they put it online and people will see it. And 9 times out of 10, these dogs adopt it quicker. It's really, really cool. Southern Indiana's, is Southern Indiana getting snow? Is it, is that what you're saying? Are they getting snow right now? I bet they are. I would assume so. I'm going to show everybody this cute pillow. I thought that was so cute. I got that from Hobby Lobby today. I thought that was so cute. It's part of their Valentine's Day stuff that they have there today. And it was 40% off of $5.99. Now I will say it is just the pillow cover, and you just have to get you have to get the inside pillow, which was like $5. You can get that over in the craft section, but still adorable, right? Absolutely adorable. I thought it was, anyways. So, but who's my Valentine this year? That's a good question. Who's my Valentine this year? I'm gonna have to think about that. That's a good question. We'll have to think. I'll think about it and let you know. Oh, and I will say something funny, right? This okay, so okay, so nobody's ever asked why I wear pajamas on this thing, right? But anyway, so I got these new pajamas, and this is the first time I ever got pajamas with feathers on them, and I forgot that I forgot that this one has feathers on it. Well, Coco like hates birds. And so when I was trying them on, I totally Rosie's ruining my hi, come here. You want to say hello? Come here. Rosie or Coco totally attacked my pajamas that I was wearing. Come here. Come here, Rosie. Come here. Rosie or Coco totally attacked my pajamas that I was wearing. totally attacked my pajamas that I was wearing, trying to eat all the feathers that were on the pajamas. Aw, that's so nice. Oh, you noticed the feathers on the pajamas? Did you think that like I looked like Big Bird, or did you think that they were cute? No, but they yeah, so yeah, I totally didn't even think about that. And I also have a over the winter I bought a a fox fur hat, and when when I came home, both Rosie and Coco, I thought they were just gonna kill kill the hat. So I have to be very very careful with that hat. So how? Whoops. Oh, there's Coco. Speaking of Coco, so how cold is too cold for dogs? So that's the question of the day. So below 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Hi, Coco. Below 45 degrees Fahrenheit, small, short haired puppies, senior dogs may feel uncomfortable. Below 32 degrees is a risk for most dogs. Below 20 degrees Fahrenheit is high risk for frostbite and hypothermia. And below zero is dangerous for all dogs. Now, wind, rain, and wet fur makes it feel much more uncomfortable for all dogs. So, what is signs that your dog is too cold? Too cold. Dave told his wife that Valentine's is just a Hallmark holiday. Oh, well, that's kind of a touchy topic now, isn't it? Wow. Hmm. How do you think that that's gonna how do you think that's gonna play out for Violet? Oh, Violet says below 70 is uncomfortable for her. Yeah, well, you know what? Below 70 is pretty uncomfortable. You know, we were talking about speaking of temperatures, we have a sibling that lives in Florida and was saying that they were had coats and stuff on, like winter apparel on, and it was what was 60 degrees out. And we started laughing because I think here in Ohio we don't even put jackets on until it's in it and maybe in the 40s. So it's just funny because they're not used to it, of course, in Florida. So so when that hits, it's kind of you know again pretty much we don't even put jackets on until it's 40 degrees. But where they're not used to it in Florida, they're sticking winter apparel and boots and stuff on in the 60s, evidently. So, which I guess they have to use it sometime, right? But, anyways, so frostbite in dogs. So, if your dog ever developed frostbite, here are the most common spots that they will develop frostbite: ears, tail, paws, and nose. These symptoms will be pale gray, blush skin, swelling, or blisters, pain to the touch. They said never rub frostbitten areas, um, this is warm them slowly and contact your vet. Hypothermia warning signs: violent shivering, weakness or being lethargic, shallow breathing, confusion, or collapsing. Wrap your dog in a warm blanket. Let's see. Oh, here's a huge one. Antifreeze. Antifreeze will kill a dog faster than anything. And that, I mean, most of our people have antifreeze in their garages and so forth. And it is so sweet. A lot of dogs get into that. And gosh, it kills so many dogs. And here's another sad thing I will be very, very honest with. People that do not like cats will, well, and there's been people that don't like dogs too. But people that do not like cats, that is the first thing that they will do to poison cats outside and dogs outside, as they leave out antifreeze. And animals are attracted to it. Again, because it's like a sweet taste, and it poisons them immediately. People are cruel and not very nice people, but it will kill them very quickly. And so I've again, not a vet. I've heard that, God forbid, if your dog does get into it and maybe you live far from a vet or whatever, of course, seek medical attention right away. But if you can get that peroxide into them where they can start throwing up, try to get that out of them while you're getting to a vet. Do that. But winter hazards that most homeowners miss: ice. The ice melt and road salt. It burns their paws. Come here. I don't want her to fall off the couch. The road salt burns their paws. So they make that dog salt. There's actually the dog salt that they have at PetSmart. I've never bought it before, but they say that the regular salt like burns their paws. I've never seen that before. Has anybody ever bought that dog salt? I have not bought it, but they say like the regular salt will burn their paws, and they say it's toxic if they lick it. I've never had any kind of interaction with that before. So if you have had interaction with that, put a comment in here. Never run into that before. Of course, if you live around frozen ponds and lakes, this is another one too. So many dogs have gotten trapped in frozen ponds and lakes. You used the dog salt before at your last apartment? I've seen it before, and the sad thing is that that they also make that stuff really expensive. I hate when they do that. Make that crap expensive, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they don't sell that much of it and they just have to up it. Space heaters and fireplaces are burn risk because they can sit too close. Now I do have space heaters in my house just because I've got a great furnace, but I just have a space heater that sits next to me. I have to sit right on top of a space heater, but I know the dogs will sit right on top of it too, and they can get burned if they sit way too long, too close. And my dog, my boxers, used to sit right in front of the fireplace when we run the fireplace. They love to sit up there. Now, granted, that all has the little screen and stuff, so they're not going to get burned that way. But hi, Cokie, come on. Here's Coco. Come on, up, up. There she is. What are you doing? Well, that's not good. Come here. No, come here. Come here. Come here, Coco. No, come here. I don't know what Coco's doing. Coco's being Coco right now. Coco, no, come here. Coco's being. What are you doing? Come here. All right, so Coco has decided to join us. Say hello to Coco. Hi. So this is what Coco does sometimes. And now Rosie's going to get jealous and come and say hello. Say hello, Coco. And now Rosie's going to get jealous. Hang on. Hi. Rosie didn't want anything to do with the cameras. Hi. I know. Rosie didn't want anything to do with the cameras a second ago. But now that Coco's over here. So, yes, Coco is now right here. Saying hello. She wants to talk about it is the Coco show now. Yes, it is. Hello. Here, sit down. Sit down. Here, let me sit down. Sit down. Here, let me move my papers over here so you can sit. Sit. I try to eat my feathers. Hang on, I gotta move her. What are you doing? Move this here. All right, let me maneuver her real quick. Sit. Sit. Sit your butt. And they still have their Christmas colors on because I ordered those today. I ordered their new Valentine's Day colors today. Yes, somebody's very jealous. Here, sit down. What are you doing? Where are you going? All right, I guess you're just going to stand there. That's fine too. Whatever you want to do. So she's sitting here in this. All right. Anyway, so hi, Coco. Coco's also a personal space invader. She will she will get in your space and she will just check you up. All right, where are you going? All right, she's on the other side. No, and she's gonna try to get in my tea, and you're not doing that either. It's never. It is literally a never a dull moment with them ever. But that's good. That's good, right? Yes. Rosie is always jealous about something. If Coco comes over, Rosie will get jealous, but not in a bad way. She just likes to push her out of the way. Where are you going now? Here she comes back. Hi. Okay. So back, you gonna sit down now? Okay, so another thing with the space heaters too that I was getting ready to talk about, the electrical cords, especially the puppies, and this happened years and years ago. You don't realize that, dogs can, chew on the electrical cords while you're just sitting there. I had when Harley was a puppy, I was sitting there crafting something with my glue gun, and I was just, glue gunning away on something, and all of a sudden he was laying at my feet doing nothing, or I thought he was doing nothing. And all of a sudden he started shaking, and I'm like, why the hell is the dog shaking? He was chewing on my glue gun cord and was getting electrocuted. And I'm like, oh my God. And, I jumped up and grabbed it from him, and, he got unhooked from it, and he ended up being fine, thank God. But, yeah, it was the craziest thing. So even with space heaters and so forth like that, you have to be very, very careful. Just, of course, with any cords, of course, but you don't think about it with things like that, because it's, just another machine sitting there with you. But anyways, now there's also, I thought this was interesting too. There's indoor safety matters too. And I thought this was, plus pups can knock over. Yeah, exactly. Older models. Yeah, that don't shut off. Ours is honest. The space heater that the space heater that I just bought, it doesn't have an auto shut off. And I thought that was interesting too. And this one on my lap here, I love Coco to death, but sometimes she's a little clumsy, and she will knock over my space heater. So, and it does not have an auto shut off. So I never actually leave the room, or I never leave it on ever, and I never leave it plugged in. But ours does not have an auto shut off. So, and I know ours is electric, but I know that there's other like space heaters that are, I guess there's some that run off of propane. And so space heaters, they can be dangerous and they can start fires. And so it's always good to just be careful. Just like anything, just like anything in your home, you just have to be careful. And the last thing you want to do is start a fire, and because nobody wants that. That's just horrible, absolutely horrible. So, but indoor safety too. They say keep dog beds off the floor, or keep dog beds off cold floors. Anyways, not off the floor, but keep dog beds off cold floors. And I thought to myself, I'm like, well, how would you do that? But they have kind of like these raised cots, and they're really not that expensive. I looked them up on Amazon, and I think it was maybe like 10 or 15 bucks. And they're these like raised cots, and there are these raised cots, and you just put your dog bed on top of it. You can it's nice because you can actually put them outside too, or use them outside in the summer for when it's warm. And if you have a deck or whatever that gets really hot, you can put these cots outside and your dogs can lay on it. So it's kind of dual purpose. But if you have linoleum or whatever floors, and your dog beds can get really cold on there, and avoid drafts and doors and so forth. And so they say too, I don't know a lot of people that do this, but sometimes there's people that will use heating pads on their dogs. I thought that was interesting. I've never put a heating pad under my dog, but maybe there are some people that do. Maybe, I guess, if dogs have surgery or something, I don't know. They say don't do that because they can cause dogs to burn. Has anybody ever used a heating pad on their dog? I don't know. Like I said, I've never done that. So, but yeah, that was another interesting one I had never seen. But another interesting thing that I was looking at too, there's always been that controversy of people that say that their dog loves the outside. My dog loves the outside. He won't come in. And the dog is a German Shepherd, or a very, very long-haired dog. He lives outside. I can't get him to come inside. And that is, and I know, and don't get me wrong, or he's a husky and he loves the snow, and I get that. I get that. However, I think that there's certain times that warrant yanking that dog inside. I'm sorry. You're an adult, and that is a dog. I mean, there's times at night when my dogs go out at, they wake me up at 2:00 in the morning to use the bathroom. And I'm sorry, but if Coco goes after a raccoon at 2:00 in the morning, I'm not going to say, well, she's a dog, I'm going to just let her go chasing a raccoon at 2:00 in the morning. No, I'm going to throw on shoes and run out in the yard. God forbid, my neighbor's doorbell cameras aren't on, because they'll see me in my underwear running to get my dog. I'm not, because I'm an adult and she's a dog, and I'm not going to let her just stay out. I know, Coco. I'm not going to let her just go and stay out in the yard, because that's her instinct, is to chase some raccoon at 2:00 in the yard. It's not going to happen. And like I said, hopefully the neighbors aren't up, because they're going to see a show at 2:00 in the morning. But that's why I don't get, like, people will say that Coco doesn't eat her. No, Coco doesn't eat her own mic. Coco has her little. I know. She does. Coco has her little breathing issues. Or not issues, but she has her little snorts. Coco has her little snorts, and they are so cute. And when we first got Coco, I thought, oh, don't hit the camera. I thought that Coco was growling, and it wasn't. It was her little, like, almost like her little piggy snorts. But she's just adorable. But yeah, so I mean, there are people that their dogs stay out all the time. But again, I think sometimes, you cannot hit that camera. But there are times that I think it just, here, you come over here. I think that there's times that warrants you being the adult and bringing your dog inside. So, but I did find this online, and I thought this was kind of neat for the people that have their dogs out all the time. They had, and these are, honestly, I didn't think they were that expensive. They looked more expensive than not, but they had these insulated dog houses. Now look how fancy that thing is. And it's got a heater in there. And this is for, like, dogs that I guess spend a lot of time outside, probably not 24/7. But it's like a dog condo. But they've got that, and then they have like, here's another one too. I thought this was, again, it's like it shows kind of like the inside of it. Like it's got heaters and insulation and I mean, yeah, right. You have to sit there and yell at them to get back inside because it's so cold. You're sitting there yelling at them, and then I don't know about you, but then here's another. I mean, look at these little things, and they're all like heated and insulated. And yeah, these dogs look happy, but I mean, I don't know. Are they AI happy? Or are they just, I mean, I don't know. I would rather be in a house. That would be me. But, right. Oh, you knew somebody that had a heated dog condo? Yeah. Well, but again, same thing. You're sitting there running around especially if they're in the snow, and then all of a sudden you see them with one paw up because it's frozen, and then another paw up because it's frozen, and then you're like, shit, I got to go in the yard and go pick them up. And it's, God forbid, they're like Lola, who's 70 something pounds, and then you got to sit there and try to, pick her up, and you're cold, and if you don't have a jacket on, and then it's a whole big old mess. And like I was saying, so earlier when I was talking about those rescues, the cat people were showing this, and I thought, oh geez, I thought this was interesting too. I'm saying I'm cold. I'm get my blanket back up here. The cat people were showing these too. They were showing how there's a lot, since there's so many feral cats out there, they were showing how to make these boxes for stray cats, because of course they're not going to be able to catch all these feral cats, and feral cats are not going to be so easy to grab, especially in the winter and all that, and they breed so much. But they had like how to make these insulated cat containers, and I thought that was cool. So a bunch of people are making all these things out of these tubs, and they're saying, telling people, okay, you can make these for all these feral cats. And it's just, cats are just so sad. I mean, it's just so sad with cats. And I mean, that's so debatable too, right? I know people with cats are, there's some people that are, my cat goes outside, and here's another one that's like put together. But there's some people like, my cat needs to go outside. He begs to go outside. And here's a fancy one that you can actually buy, but not for like feral cats. But I guess if you have a cat that likes to stay outside. But I always have a theory for people that, it's like, to me, once you let your cat outside, it's like, okay, once you let your cat outside, it belongs to Jesus at that point, because anything can happen to it. It could get hit by a car, somebody could poison it, it could get in a fight with another cat. And then what happens? You're at the mercy of anything. That's why we don't let our dogs just out the door and roam in the streets, and people will say, well, he's begging to go outside, or she's begging to go outside. And I mean, they sit there and then they eat the birds, and some of them eat mice, which is fine. But like, to me, it's, you put them at risk. You put them at risk of getting killed and hurt, and it's not a good thing. And then some of them mate with other cats, and then you get all these other feral cats, and then we're making boxes, right? It's, I don't know. Oh, it's just one of those continuous cycles, right? And then it just doesn't seem like it ever ends. And then you can be, I have one aunt that she has all these feral cats around her, and she feeds them all. So it just, she tries to do her best to save these little suckers, but it's her heart's in the right place, but these poor little guys, they just, they don't ever get a home. They just kind of exist, right? So, uh, it's hard part of. And then now in the winter, especially when temperatures like this happen, and ugh, I hate to think of it. And then I hate to think of, you know, not only pets, but then God, you think of all the, people out there, and, homeless people that don't have a place to stay, or people that are living in their cars right now. Yeesh. Just not a fun time. But the important thing is that everybody takes care of each other and everybody stays safe in all this. And, hopefully everybody's got enough to, to stay home. That, if you're in this, if you're in a great place, then God love you, right? Um, I hope you're in a nice sunny place or at least a nice place where you're not getting any of this snow. Hopefully that's the case. But I look at it this way: we're going to be getting a lot of snow, but we're very, very blessed that we've got enough food in the fridge and everybody's safe and healthy, and we can just sit back and do our jobs and relax, throw some things on TV. And again, I've got to work tomorrow, so I have to deal with all that, and Lord knows what kind of flights are going to be happening. But that's life, right? Go back to life. But again, the good thing is that everybody's safe and happy, and life goes on. And we'll oh, hey, there you are. That's all right. How are you? Nice seeing you. Was wondering where you were at. How is it in New Zealand? How's the weather out there? We're ready to get a big snowstorm here. Snow is ready to hit. We're getting lots and lots of snow here. Hot and rainy. Oh, you're lucky. We're lucky. We are ready to get a lot of snow. And yeah, our area, and so is in Ohio, and then so in Chicago, they're getting a lot of snow too. Ours is supposed to, I don't even know. I haven't even looked outside. Moderator, can you see outside? Has it started to snow yet? I can't see. I'm in the studio. I can't see outside anywhere. No snow yet. Yeah, it said it was supposed to start snowing at like 9 o'clock our time, so it's only 8:23. But yeah. What? Only been in snow once. Really? Oh, you're lucky. Snow is not fun. Well, I guess it's fun. I shouldn't say it's not fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun for sledding and so forth. Were you in? Were we? You were missed. You were definitely missed. Oh, only in. Well, come to Ohio. You can have a lot of snow. Yeah, we've been, for the past few days, we've been like getting a bunch of food and so forth. And not like we're not gonna die. Let's face it. Everybody always does this when we know that there's going to be a bunch of snow. We all go and hit the grocery stores and just stock up and put everything in crock pots and just kind of stay off the road. The good thing is you basically stay off the roads so that people that have to like go to work. I have to work tomorrow, but I work from home, or I can work from home tomorrow. So that way I don't have to be on the roads, and people that actually have to be on the roads, doctors, nurses, police officers, they can be on the roads. And so, but I'm very, very blessed to I can work from home tomorrow. So that's a very, very good thing. I can be warm with the girls. And so, yeah, exactly. Hunker down. hunker down with my tea and all my and all my warm stuff and not have to even worry about the weather. Rosie, oh, she's gonna do something bad. I can just see it. Come here, girl. Um, I'm sure Brady will be out probably trying to make money snowblowing somewhere. Um, oh wow. Well, yeah. I bet. I bet. It's like I said. I mean, snow can be fun. I mean, it definitely can be fun. A lot of cold. That's for damn sure. It's. Come here. Come here. Come. I was gonna say you missed the Coco show earlier. She was up here for. Come on. Up. 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 Come up. Chip. There she is. There she is. Coco's back. Yeah, Coco. Yeah, Coco was taking over earlier. So, um, yeah, she's real active today. Other than the ones before, I don't know. She kept sleeping underneath the couch. Aw, thank you. Yeah, she before she's been sleeping under the couch. Now today she's been pretty active today. So she is, and she's such a good girl. Coco's such a good girl. She is. She's a mess. She's a mess, and she's so goofy. She is so goofy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brady is a parakeet whisperer. My son loves his little birds. He does. He has these parakeets, and they like fly all over the room, and they're just always into something. And he just he has them like trained all over the place. But Coco cannot go in there because she does not like the birds, and she does not. Like I said, she was going after my pajamas earlier today. I totally didn't even think about the fact that they had feathers on them. Now she knows that they're not birds; they are pajamas. So she will not try to eat my pajamas, which is good. Which is good. So, um, yeah, it's absolutely a good thing. But yeah, I like I said, it is it is a good night, right, Coco? It's good. We're gonna stay warm. And you know what? Coco's one that she likes the snow too. What? Please? Oh, please feed it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I do. I do, and I have a bunch of bread too because I really over panicked and bought a lot of bread. So, and I told you I made the Italian beef sandwiches in the crock pot. So I have a lot of those rolls left over. I'm making, I think I'm going to make chili tomorrow. Chili tomorrow, or a big thing of chicken noodle soup, homemade chicken noodle soup. One of the two. I got to make something in a crock pot or I don't know, tacos or something. Who knows? The next 2 days I'm going to be crock potting get something else up. So it's 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 crock pot weekend. So since we're all going to be here, I overbought so much food. It's not even funny. Just because I knew that we weren't going out and we were all going to be staying here. And so plus I love winter for the crock pot stuff. And it's just that's a good comfort food. It's like you can throw stuff in there and then you can kind of watch movies and drink tea and hot chocolate and just enjoy everything. Enjoy everything. Cokie. She Coco. Isn't that right? Yes. Hang on. Rosie's upset. Yeah, you know what? I am not a hoarder. No, I'm not a hoarder. I'm not. I am not. But I do. When people say that there's weather, I do like to make sure that everybody is well fed, and just like to make sure that we are not going to be going without. I will show these pictures again because I showed them earlier, and I will bring these up. I was talking about this dog here. This is Violet. Violet has her sweater on. Violet has her sweater on. Hey, moderator, put the email. Can you put the email address in the chat again? Can you put the email address? Do you have the email address? Can you put that in the chat again? Okay. Put the email address in the chat again. And as I say, and try that, the email address that she has, try to send the picture to that email address in the chat. Maybe it'll work on like copying that address. So yeah, so this is Dave and Patty's Violet in her sweater. So this is Violet. This is another Violet. A little sweater. And I was saying earlier that this is, I got, this is a, this is Rosie. I got her a snowsuit a few years ago, and she hated it. She hated it. And she was so mad when I put it on her that she would not move. She would not walk at all. She was so mad when I put it on her. So I had to buy her this, and she loved this one. So this was like a better fit for her. She loved this one. So, but yeah. So the moderator will put a better email address in there. So send, yeah, there. Yes. Send your picture to that email address, and that one should work better. But oh, you know what? I have a whole bag, or not even a bag. I must have a whole 2 totes of clothes for these dogs. Jackets, coats, life jackets. The stuff that these dogs have, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And yeah, no, I'm with you. 10 times more stuff than I do. But oh, there's a feather on that one too. There's one of the new logos too on the coffee mug. I thought that was kind of cute too. But yeah, and this was the new Frenchie find of the week. So I thought that was cute too. That was from Hobby Lobby. Hi Lola, come here. But yeah, it is getting ready to good. Yay. Now, does he like to swim? Does he like to swim a lot? I took the girls to like a small stream this past year, and they really liked it. They really liked it a lot. And I want to say it was maybe last year or the year before, I took Lola and Rosie to a dog beach. This is before we had Coco. And Rosie had her life jacket on, and there was another dog there, like, because there's tons of dogs there. And another dog there, he was just, the dog probably shouldn't have been there, but he tried to like attack her. And I don't know. Again, the dog shouldn't have been there. I think some people just shouldn't bring some dogs to dog. I don't really like dog parks anyways, but this is like a dog beach. But yeah, the dog like tried to attack her. Thank God she had her little life vest on because she was well protected. But but they really enjoyed the water. Really, really enjoyed the water. I'd like to take them again. just so that they can really get into there. But both of them, I think, really need life vests. We had our one dog growing up, our one boxer growing up. He had to have a life vest. I remember that. He really couldn't swim, and he really needed a life vest. Mm. Aw. Right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, isn't that crazy? It, some of the some of like the bigger dogs and so forth, I get it. Like, some dogs just don't mesh well with little dogs, but and some big dogs are fine. I mean, again, like my grand dog Noir gets along great with the little dogs, absolutely great with the little dogs. But some of these other, like when I've gone to dog parks before, like there is just some big dogs that just do not do well with other dogs. And I often think, like, I don't know why people think that they can just, in my opinion, like experiment with other people's dogs. I hate that. I really hate that. I do too. I love watching dogs like on the beach and at like lakes and so forth. They look like they're just in heaven. They look like they're just in heaven. I always said that too when we went to the one dog beach where we had them. There was maybe like 10, 15 dogs like in the water, and they were chasing sticks and all that stuff. And all I kept thinking is, I'm like, gosh, I wonder if this is like what like heaven is, all these dogs out there and having a good time. And it was just so peaceful, everybody just having a good time. And it was a really good time. But it just, like you said, it's just a nice wholesome time where you didn't need anything, you didn't need to pay for anything. It was just nice and peaceful, which was wonderful. So but yeah, it is very happy place. Now, do you live by a lot of water? Do you live? I'm assuming you do. I guess I should look at a map. That's probably what I should do. See, in Ohio, all we have is lakes. These little lakes that we have to drive to these little beaches and stuff. And I wish we lived in like Florida and so forth, or like different places where we can just access beaches and nice places. But we have to fly to Florida or fly to California or different spots like that. We can get warm. Yes. Oh gosh, that's nice. Oh, 10 minutes away. Oh, that'd be nice. Very nice. Oh, yeah. I want a boat too. That would be on my list too. I'd like to get a boat because we have a couple of nice like rivers and lakes and so forth too, which a boat would be nice. But oh yeah, Dave and Patty have Lake Michigan. They're up by Chicago. Yeah, and Lake Michigan's nice. Really cold. Really cold. Always very cold. So, oh yeah, Buckeye Lake. Buckeye Lake's nice. Yeah, we go to Buckeye Lake a lot to fish there, and then, but I'd love to get a boat there, boat on Buckeye Lake, and then that would be really nice. Take the girls swimming there too. I don't know what, Rosie, come here, come. Come, come. Up. Come on, up on your steps. Come here. What do you got on your nose? Come here. She's doing bad things. Come here. Up. But yeah, so come here. Come on. But anyways, so well, I will be back on Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be another pet loss night. I'm thinking about, well, I was going to say, wait, not as cold as Lake. Oh, really? Lake Superior is colder? I guess it would be because that's up. Is that up by the UP Upper Peninsula? That's up by Upper Peninsula, Michigan, right? Am I thinking that right? Maybe. You're gonna make me get out a map. I would assume so. If that's more north, then that's got to be. That I guess that would be colder. That would be colder. But yeah, this Tuesday night will be another pet loss edition, and then of course we'll be on next Saturday. Okay. Yes, and then next Saturday I'll get sticking back to 7 p.m. instead of 7:30. Oh, yes, I was born near Lake Superior. I was born in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. But so next Saturday will be 7 o'clock. The only reason why I started at 7:30, I'll be very blatantly honest, is that I took I took a late nap with the girls and I slept too long. So that was my fault because I've been running around with this. I was running around with getting all I was hoarding all of the food and stuff for this snow that's supposed to start. So yeah, I was getting ready for all this snow, and I said I needed to take a nap, and then the girls. There's a light a candle. Oh, light a candle of our lost furry friends on January 21st. What was that? It was light a candle. Oh, what was that? And that was on January 21st? Oh, really? Really? I didn't know that. I'll have to look that up. That's nice. Do they do that? Do they do that every year? That is really nice. Oh, I wonder if we do anything like that. Well, if not, we're going to have to make something like that. That's really nice. Wow. I like that. We're going to have to do something like that. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? I was gonna say I know that we have. I mean, like here we do like different days, like, but we're gonna have to do something like that. I like that. That's really cool. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something like that. I'm gonna write that down right now. Message on through Facebook. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna write that down right now. Well, you know what? We're gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna write that down right now. All right. I like that. Now, did you get a message like through like just a specific Facebook page, or was it just? That's really cool. Yeah, I like that. Aw. We should, you know what? We should probably do that. We should probably just do that every Tuesday, anyways, because I have a candle up there. We should probably just do that at the close of every show, anyways. Well, I'm thinking about it. That would be nice. Isn't that right, Rosie? We should probably just do that, anyways. She was looking at me. You're so pretty. There's a right. It's up to the moderator. Do you think, moderator, we should do that after at the end of every show? I think we should do it actually at the end of every show, at that close of every Tuesday. I like it. From Happy Fur Society. Oh, I like that. Happy Fur Society. Fur Society. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I like that though. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good idea. But yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday. It'll be pet loss again, and then or pet loss topic-ish, and then Saturday will be 7 o'clock again, because I won't sleep longer on Saturday. It'll be normal 7 o'clock, and then it's so cold down here. But like I said, we should not be. I know, right? It's so, like I said, it is so just. It's so. It's yeah. What and but that's the. I think that is the good thing about. To me, that's a good thing about these shows and Tuesdays, is that, and this is what I always tell people, even my one friend, even my one friend that always tells me, oh, it's depressing and so forth. The more you talk, the more you talk about the pets that you lost, the more you keep their spirits alive, right? Yeah, exactly. And how lucky you were. That's the way I always look at it. I have this, picture up in my cube at work. And, I don't look at this picture and I'm not sad when I look at this picture at work. I mean, this was, some of the best times of my life. They gave me, how, like you said, how lucky am I? But it's the more you talk about them, the more their spirits alive. And, the more you just, I don't know, I just, the more I think people heal. And like I said, it's to me, even bad, there's always good that comes out of everything. Even if it seems like it's a bad thing, there's always something good that can come out of an indifferent situation. So you just have to look for it. You just have to look for it. So, and like you said, how lucky am I? I mean, to be able to have that precious gift, to have that precious gift of the animal, and the love that they gave you. So, I did find another Frenchie find, and I will show you this as well. This, it's awfully dark. Can you see it? It's a French bulldog. It's a French bulldog. What do you call it? Now, I do have hand sanitizer in here, but it is a soap dispenser. It's a French bulldog soap dispenser. So this is a Frenchie find. It is on Amazon, but this is another Frenchie find. It was given as a gift to me for Christmas, but it is a Frenchie find of the week. But yes, it is a French bulldog soap dispenser. So I thought that ultra cute, right? Ultra. Wish you could show up here a little bit better. But yeah, adorable. Adorable, adorable, adorable. Our pets give us the best days of our life. But one sad day is, you are 100% correct. 100% correct. I would not change that for the whole world. Whole world. And even the one sad day, I would not change that for the whole world. Because even those last moments are some of the precious moments. And like I said, I always say that I was very blessed to be able to have. I was very blessed to be able to have those last moments with them. So, to be able to hold them, to be able to, you know, to be able to hold them as they left this world, that's precious. That's very, very precious. And I'm, I can, thank God that I was gifted that. And, you know, there's a lot of things. I'm thankful for a lot of things in life. That's all you can do is be thankful. And I mean, right? Always be grateful. Always be thankful. So that's what you have to be, because that's every time I look at Rosie, she's always like, "Do you need something? Come here. She hasn't even said hi today. Come here. Come up here. Come here. Come. 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 Come here. Come here. Come here. Come. I gotta move it here. Hang on. Maybe. Hang on 1 second here. Hang on. I'll move this up the way here. Come here. Come. Oh, Lord Jesus. Hang on. She's trying to get up here, but she's not. Oh, here's the potato. Here, sit. Okay. All right. So now she's going to fight with Coco. All right. She's going to fight with Coco. Sorry. Come here. All right. But anyways. So again, so Tuesdays, be back at 7 o'clock on Tuesdays, and then 7 o'clock on Saturdays. Look forward to it. Tuesday nights, pet loss. Saturdays, we are going to just, again, have another fun topic. Hopefully we don't have any more snow. And thank you all for stopping by. Please tell all your friends about us. Share this. If you don't have a friend, you have one now. Yes. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I did that last time. Yeah. Yep. Volunteer your local. Yeah, I did that. I actually did that a few months ago. You can go and walk the dogs, and you can actually do for like your birthday and stuff. You can, instead of people giving you gifts, you can have them donate to the local shelter, or you could have them buy leashes or whatever, and then you could take those over to the shelter. Same thing with that. That's always nice too. So, or you can donate in your pet's name. That's nice too. Or they have where you can buy the plaques and stuff. That's nice too. So there's lots of things you can do. But anyways, so all right, I will see you all Tuesday. Thank you all for stopping by. Everybody is wonderful. Stay warm. Stay safe. If you don't have a friend, you have one now. I will see you all later. Bye. Have a good night. Bye. Bye.